Hello, everyone. All right. Welcome to Roland's Reviews again. All right. Okay. So we're going to finish up Black History Month with the slave narratives. Speaking to some of you, most people aren't even aware of the slave narratives. And as I was doing some reading online, and as I was looking at some of the videos, it all came back to me. I actually read the slave narratives when I was in high school. So as I was reading it and then listening to some of the stories, I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds familiar. It all makes sense now because I remember, even though it's been several years, I remembered some of the names sounded familiar, some of the incidences sounded familiar. So I wanted to share this with you. Okay. Most of you know, I think I've told you a few times, I absolutely love history. I'm an avid history lover. How you doing, Roz? And I love learning new things that I didn't know before. So this is, and remember, please, folks, once the video is over with, be sure to click on the links below the video. There are so many links I've shared for you to learn even more about the people involved in the slave narratives. So I even found out, even though I read there was a book with several ex-slaves and their stories. I found out even more information. When I was in high school, there was no internet. So now, of course, it's easier. How you doing, Reese? It's easier to find out so much more information. So I found out through my recent research at Reese, thank you for coming in, that 1929, actually, Charles Johnson, he was a sociologist and college administrator for Fisk University. He actually attempted to get some information and try to, talk to people who formerly enslaved people to try to find out exactly what it was like when they were in slavery. How you doing, Dan? And so also John Cadet, he also was involved. He was at Southern University, both of those, Fisk and Southern University, both historically Black colleges and universities, of course. And so the Works Progress Administration or Works Projects Administration, it started out as the Works Progress Administration and they changed the name. Of course, we were coming out of the Depression. There was the New Deal under FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And this was part of his New Deal. Now, most of us think about, during those times, things were, improving, which they were a bit. But something new that I found out with these people who were going around trying to talk to all of the formerly enslaved people, some of them didn't quite do their job the way they were supposed to, and some sort of overstepped the bounds. But be that as it may, it is what it is. So the Federal Writers Project, so they went out, and of course, now again, this was after the Depression and people were desperate for jobs. So they were more than likely, just happy. Hey, I'm just glad I have a job. So the Federal Writers Project, this went on from 1936 until 1938. So they were going all over, talking to former slaves, trying to find out some of the conditions. How you doing, Donna? That they lived in. And the slave narratives is a folk history of slavery in the U.S., okay? The WPA Slave Narrative Collection, and all of this is in the archives, the Library of Congress. So check it out, folks. And what I found out, the WPA Slave Narratives has over 2,300 accounts and over 200 photographs. So these are all interviews that were conducted and all these pictures. You see one behind me. Many of the interviewees, so these people, again, they weren't spring chickens. They were getting old. So people were trying to, do this interviewing kind of quickly. They were in their 80s. Some of them were 100 plus. Now, due to race and subjugation, Black women were less likely to become literate even after they received their freedom. Slavery, only 12% of slave autobiographies were from women. Most of their accounts were dictated and transcribed by someone else. Okay, those were the times, folks. Okay, the WPA interviewers were predominantly white, so even with FDR and the federal government, African Americans didn't get a lot of those jobs. They got a few, but there was still discrimination and racism for them to deal with, of course. Okay, so it's been said that the white WPA interviewers were, untrained. They were unsympathetic. They were racist towards these interviewees, and some researchers even said that they sometimes push for positive answers, trying to put a positive spin. So if one of the interviewees was telling how awful it was, they would try to coerce them to say, was it really that bad? Or try to get them to change their response. Some researchers have also charged that, thank you, Reese, that now I don't know if this is true or not. This is what some researchers said, that some of these WPA interviewers edited out the really bad things that the slaves told them about, such as, slave or things that they found to be unimportant, slave religion, cruel slave masters, and some of the horrible atrocities that occurred during slavery, lynchings, runaway slaves, punishment, stories about serving in the Union Army. So who knows? All right. Donna, yes, it had to be tough to live in those days. God knows it was. And many ex-slaves still living in the South. Remember now, if you were born into slavery, you still had a lot of fear. And so, some researchers have pointed out that maybe the slaves weren't as forthcoming because some of them were still right there in, the South, not terribly far from their masters' descendants. And so they feared white reprisals. So you be the judge of that, okay? But they did tell their story, okay? And if you get a chance, please, those of you who are just coming in, check out my links below the videos. Oh my goodness. And some of you that are here, I'm just going to play a very short piece. It's from the National Archives, and just listen. And this is an actual, if you can see it behind me, ex-slave Aunt Harriet Smith. And just listen to this, folks. I'm not going to play all of it, obviously for copyright issues, but listen. How you doing, Rock? Just living. All right. Listen to this piece. I let a tiny snippet play. Now, you can hear it in its entirety. It's one of the links that I've shared beneath my video. So listen up. You should be able to hear it. I have it up loud. If you can't, type in the chat section, no problem. I can turn it up even louder. But listen to this small snippet. All right, can you hear that?
Yes, what you want to ask about it, please, back. And I can remember.
Well, I heard about how old are you?
But I don't know this stuff. You don't know my age only by the children tell me. My mom died.
Thank you.
She didn't know nothing about our age. The children traced back from that enslaved up to now.
Well, how old were you when you were?
Well, I was about 13 years old at the breakup.
And Do you remember slavery days very
Of
well?
course, I remember all our white folks, and all the names of them, all the children. Call every one of the children's names.
Who did you belong to?
Jim Bunton, the baby boy.
Where was that? Where
He
you
messed up there at Jamestown.
How many slaves did he have?
Then we had my grandma and my mom. My mom was the cook. And grandma, and then they went to the field. And everything. I remember when she used to go out. I fly oxen myself.
Is that
I
right?
can fly a leg off a corner as good as any man.
Is that right?
Who's a kid?
Yeah.
So, pick cotton. I used to pick one. I've been here since I've been here. The hunter will pick my 500 pounds of cotton.
Knock out 500
Right
pounds.
out 500 pounds of cotton, then go across the field and hunt watermelon, plum vines.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of money. Well, ain't Harry, do you remember church times?
Yes, I remember church time.
Remember slavery times?
Yes, I remember how our folks, they had families from one house to another.
Colored folks.
Yeah. And those are houses and those would be in sections. Houses
Right,
would
Donna.
be at different places they go. We have families. On good families. And dances too.
And dances too.
Yeah. We form all
Hi,
dances
nobody.
all the time.
Is that right? During slavery?
Yes, my grandma too. My grandma was named Richey Foster.
Rachel Fox.
Yeah, but she belonged to the Bunny. That's what she was not. Now, in slavery time, that was my sister, my brother was slaves. And all of them stayed with me, one of the girls, and she lives in San Antonio, at Lady Taylor.
And they say, so you was your sister?
Yeah, she's been the young one. Sister Ida, and she was the next. Brother George, and Sister Ida, and myself were slaves. And others were on free, and all of them, we owned the two slaves.
Wow. Did you go to meetings? Did you ever go to church?
We go to daycare, private meetings, you know, we still church.
How you doing, the artist?
Is that right?
Yeah, daycare, private meetings.
Well, did you go to the white folks' church?
Yes, I went to Mountain City to the white folks church many times. See, the white folks would have church in the morning, then they'd let the colored people have church at their church in the evening.
During slavery?
In slave time. Yeah, in slave time.
All right, I'll cut that right there. Those of you who are just coming in, we were just listening to Excellist Aunt Harriet Smith. That's part one. Please click on the links below in the description box. I have several, even more than usual, listed so that you can listen to these narratives. Again, I've read the book in high school, and it is it's astounding. Now, how many of you were familiar with these slave narratives? How you doing, John? How many of you were familiar with them prior to today? Were you familiar, John? I know you're kind of up there. You're a little bit more mature than some of these other people. Were you familiar with the slave narratives from the WPA projects from FDR? Where they went around talking to all of the former ex-slaves, getting their accounts of slavery. Donna, wow, it's new to you, okay? What Reese, the artist, nobody, everyone who's here. Dorian, how you doing, Dorian? No, long time no see. Dorian, are you familiar with the WPA Writers Project? Nobody. I've read a few of the interviews on Kindle. Nobody. I'm glad you brought that up. All of these narratives, those of you who use Kindle with Amazon, they're all on there free. Okay. Again, Donna, I actually read the book in high school, so I some of these names and situations sound familiar. And researchers found that, okay, Reese, you were familiar with them. Reese said, Dorian said he has heard about them. Okay, so some of you have heard about them. Researchers said that the slave narrative showed that the ex-slaves were most honest when they were being interviewed by African Americans, but few blacks were hired. I mentioned that early. Oh, John says he has some of the old recordings. Oh, wow. I need to come by and listen to those. They're all on Kindle, Amazon, YouTube. They're everywhere. And it says that when they were most honest if an African American was interviewing them, also if a white woman was interviewing them more so than a white man, they would tended to be a little more honest, a little more open, had less fear of reprisals. Also, this was something, even though I read this in high school, this is something new I found out, that these narratives also includes accounts that blacks gave of when they were held in slavery under American Indians. Okay, so that was something that I learned new. Okay, so in some of the states that were involved were Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, of course, Virginia, Alabama, Texas, Arkansas, and so on and so on. So please, 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 if you want to hear them, Dorian said, what I heard when I was, yes, Dorian, you listen to them and you can't stop. And they're all on Kindle, and most of them are on YouTube. So please check it out. Very, very interesting. Just all you guys need to do is click on the links. I've shared several links below, and you can okay, there we go. You can listen to them, and if those of you who like to read, like myself, you can order the book. The book is also, if you don't like Kindle, if you like me and you would prefer a hardback book, you can order the book. All right, hardback. And obviously, when I was in high school, that's all we had. There was no such thing as ebooks at that time. So check that out. And I shared some links. Donna, you can hear the truth in their voices. Exactly, you can. And nobody said there was a book published in the 2000s that was written by an enslaved woman. I can't remember the name. Are you talking about Harriet? Voices from a Slave Girl? Nobody? Because if that's who you're talking about, I've shared that link. It's in the description box. If that's who you're talking about, I think it's Harriet Jacobs, maybe. Yes, okay, nobody. That's who it is. Yeah, check down below. I have the entire audio book. It's chilling, nobody. Even before I decided to do this video today, Voices from a, yes, nobody. When this video is done, it's one of the links that I've shared with you. Okay, so check it out. It's chilling, and it's you listen to it, but it sort of makes you want to cry. Some people were just cruel because they could be. No problem, nobody. And it's not for the squeamish, I'll say that. And when she talks about, the mistreatment and things that happened, it's just unbelievable. And you're thinking, you treated other human beings like this? Really? Okay. So anyway, that's all pretty much I wanted to share with you. You know what I normally do. Those of you who are normally here, I'll share some information. And I share a lot of links because I don't want to take up too much of your time, because everyone's time is valuable. All right. We're going to do a drawing today. So if you're still here, and guess what? No more drawing names out of the hat. Look at what we have. I have the names. I'll spin the wheel. I'll download it in app. So if you're still here, go ahead and say, I am here. I'll spin the wheel, I'll hold it up, and I'll let you see who has won. Okay? Hi, Reese said fancy. Okay, Daniel's here. Okay, Dan, I have Dan. Who else is here? Okay, Daniel. Reese is here. Who else is here? Donna's here. John is here. Okay. Let me type in John. Who else is here? Did I get everyone? Oh, nobody. Hold on. I got to add you as well. Okay, John. Nobody. Anyone else that I need to add? Okay, Donna, you're already in there. Okay, let's spin the wheel and see who wins. Rhonda. Okay, all right. All right. The wheel is spinning. Who's the winner? Okay, he's not here. I'm spinning it again. Tanisha, Rosalind. Okay, I got to spin it again until we get a winner. Chef's not here. Donna, are you still here? Are you kidding me? Donna, you won. You kidding me? Donna, are you still here? Okay, Donna's the winner. Let me try for one more winner today. We don't have very long. I don't want to take too much more of your time. That's Janice Walker. She couldn't make it today. Is William here? Okay, last spin. The wheel is still spinning. I'll hold it up and let you know who won. All right. Nobody, I added your name to the spin wheel. I'm going to have to take some of these names out probably eventually. All right. Let's see who is the next winner. Mary. I don't think Mary is here. Okay. And folks, be listening out. We're going to have another drawing for $50. So it'll be like it was before. Watch a short video, leave a comment, share it out. All right. And then that'll be the end of it. All right. Willie's not here. All right. Donna.
Excuse me.
All right. That's for you, Donna. See if I can get another winner today. Catherine, was she here earlier? Last spin. John. John and Donna are the winners today. All right. I think I have your Cash App info. So I will definitely, no problem. I will definitely, you know the spiel. When you win, you wait till the YouTube is done processing the video. You leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit the like button. So nobody, and those of you who did not win today, don't worry. We'll do this again next Sunday, okay? Now, please, nobody, once you look at the links that I have below in the video in the description box, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I can share some more links as well. And let me know what you think. Thank you guys again for spending time with the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. Thank you, Reese. I'll be here again next Sunday. Let me know. I may have another potential interview. I'm still waiting to hear back from the Our Voices series that I'm conducting. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm supposed to have someone that's supposed to be granting me an interview. Okay, John and Donna, congrats. All right, I will see you guys next Sunday. Be safe and take care.